was working in a language that was not my own, right? In the Greek section, I tried to once engage Josephine, the character I finally chose for the film. The reason I chose her, I should mention why I chose her over all the other women, was all these women were undocumented. She had a very influential employer who managed to get her working papers. Not as a housemaid, because there's no such thing there, but he managed to get her a visa. So she actually was somebody who could finally go home. And she was making a visit back home for the first time in 8 years. So for me, that was very important for two reasons. One, I did not want her to get into trouble once the film came out, because we had got funding also from the Greek television center, Excerpt. So I didn't want the person to get deported, right? So she was safe. And also, I knew her story by then, that she had these 3 children in Sri Lanka, and one was in an orphanage. And here she was taking care of a 2-year-old, and she had left her 2-year-old back when she left for the first time 10 years ago. So it was, I knew I would be able to follow her in these 2 different worlds. And that's why I chose her. And I realized that I could not, whenever I talked to Josephine in Greece, I felt that I was actually taking away her voice, because she was not fluent in English. And so when she was talking to me in English, she was not herself, and I don't speak Sinhala. So I just decided this film has to be very different. I'm not going to, I have a really strong relationship with her, but that's off camera. I'm going to show her life in Greece, which is about work, right? And is about drudgery, and is about cleaning, and is of course joyous when she is taking care of this 2-year-old whom she loves like she's never been able to love her own children, because she's never been there with them. And I came upon this idea: how do I tell the story in a film where I'm not speaking to my character? So I came upon this idea that the letters, now over all these years, 10 years, this is pre-internet, pre-cell phones, right? The family is writing letters to one another. She's writing to each of her children. They are writing back. And of course, every letter is preserved. So I came upon this idea that I'm going to get the letters. I'm going to choose sections from letters. I'm going to get the writers of the letters to read the letters. And I will use that to structure the film. So that's how, it sort of works. These letters are a punctuation throughout the film. And then once Josephine herself goes back to Sri Lanka and she's meeting her children again, then of course it's just entirely kind of observational, because they're all talking to one another, and there are all these tensions, etc. And then I can observe and choose and craft what are the important issues around her life, which are all about money, which are all about commodification and money, and what she as a mother can give them. So the 2 halves of the film are quite different in that sense.